Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome back to Subnautica Below Zero, Early Access. First things first, I have a confession to make. Yes, I now realise that you can actually disassemble the Snowfox hoverpad. You just have to be using the Habitat Builder tool and not the scanner, so oops. Anyway, what's done is done. So, we found ourselves a Leviathan. And the good news is, it's dead. Hopefully it's going to stay dead. There are a bunch of different parts of the Leviathan that you can scan to get yourself some research data and hopefully be rewarded with a supply drop from the space station in orbit. But the main thing that we're going to want to do here is extract some coronavirus from those nasty green globules. Luckily, everything is already set up. Apparently the research team were about to do that right before they were forced to evacuate by the meteor storm. Going to stay well away from that. And let the robot handle it. Right, got a sample.
Warning. Sample infected with Cara bacterium. Handle with extreme caution.
I have the sample.
Roger that. Our ships are still out of action. But if you can get it to the cargo rocket, I can have a base sealed off to receive it.
What do they even want with this?
I just know it's on the list.
I'm a xenologist, not Altera's plague doctor.
I don't like it either, but it's still an alien life form, isn't it?
I'll let you know when I'm at the rocket.
Thank you.
Alright, I think we're done. Time to get the hell out of here. Back to the sea truck. While try not to get zapped by the tentacles of all these jellyfish.
Robin, we found Jeff off. He's alive.
Where?
The next sector. I'm connecting him.
Rabinka,
Jeff! What happened?
I went for the escape ship, but I changed my mind.
You contradicted a direct order.
I thought the architect we woke may have been transferred to another facility. It was too precious to give up. Robin surely agrees. Or she wouldn't also be down here.
What happened to your GPS?
It must have torn as I tried to escape.
As soon as we have a ship available, we're bringing you both in. You're going to sit tight until then. Understood?
Roger that.
I will do as you ask.
Good. I have to brief the director on this. I'll be in touch.
So, your GPS just tore itself off, did it, Jeff? I think Jeff's lying. Anybody else think Jeff's lying? I don't trust Jeff. Jeff abandoned me here. Fuck Jeff. Well, there's still all kinds of stuff that I need, and all kinds of resources that I need to make all the stuff that I need. Things like sea truck storage modules, for example, like this.
New technology acquired.
Deep down in the twisty bridges, and I mean seriously deep down in the twisty bridges, well below 300 meters in depth, you can find all kinds of additional sea truck fragments, as well as the occasional bit of precursor alien technology that you can scan for prizes. The problem, of course, is that this deep down, and we're talking well below 300 meters here, it's a bit of a catch-22 situation, because I need to go well below 150 meters in order to find the bits that I'm going to need to be able to bring the sea truck down well below 150 meters. And some of the things that I need to build the sea truck depth module that will allow me to do that, things like rubies, I haven't even seen yet. And even if I did have some rubies, I would only be able to make the sea truck depth module in the sea truck fabricator. And that needs lithium, and I haven't even seen any lithium yet. So I do kind of feel like I'm sort of chasing my tail a little here. I mean, I am making progress. I'm finding the blueprints for all kinds of modules that I didn't already have. But when I look at what's required to make those modules, it gets kind of depressing, because I haven't even seen those resources, let alone gathered enough of them. I'm clearly missing something though, because while Subnautica is a fiendishly complex game, it's not a difficult game. So the stuff that I need is clearly available, I'm just looking for it in the wrong place. So I'm going to have a think about this.
Welcome
And for that,
aboard, Captain.
I think I'm going to need some musical accompaniment using one of the music discs that I found. This'll do.
I take a deep, deep dive.
This is actually not bad.
Into
Apparently you can load your own MP3 music files into the relevant game folder and play them on the jukebox too. But, well, if I want to get copyright claimed, that's exactly what I should do, and I don't. So, anyway, my problem. Lack of resources. The game's not going to put things like rubies and lithium in areas that I can't access, otherwise it would be impossible to progress. I know I'm not going to find them in the twisty bridges, at least not at depths that I can actually make it to before I run out of oxygen. But the twisty bridges aren't the only area that I've explored. It's just the only area that I've explored thoroughly, and the reason for that is because the twisty bridges are relatively safe. There aren't that many things down there that have lots of sharp teeth that like to chew on my arse. There is another area that I've been to, but I certainly haven't explored thoroughly because it's absolutely crawling with snurglies. Very big, although not leviathans, but still far too big for comfort snurglies that are incredibly aggressive and definitely do like to chew on my soft bits with their sharp bits. So I'm going to have to put my man pants on. Yep, we're going back to the area near the rocket island with all of those purple vents and all of those snurglies. Having a good rummage around in the various different nooks and crannies down here reveals some surprisingly complicated rock formations and a blueprint for the booster tank, which is an oxygen tank that allows you to expend some of the oxygen to give you a little bit of jet propulsion, but that's not all. They've also got the sea truck docking module fragments here. Now, this isn't something that I absolutely need right now, because it's for docking a prawn suit to the back of the sea truck, and I can't build a prawn suit yet. But it's nice to know where to find the bits. And hopefully the snurglies can't get down here because it's too tight. But let's not put that theory to the test. Oh, there's another module over there. Don't know what it is. And there's something down there as well. I'm extremely low on health at the moment. Oh, a sleeper module fragment. Nice! It's a habitation module for the sea truck. I need one more scan of the docking module fragment for it to be complete. What's this? Oh, another sleeper module. Awesome. 2 down. 1 to go. Come on. How am I doing for oxygen? 96 seconds. Ow, 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 ow. Hot, 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 hot. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, there are a lot of geothermal vents around here. Oh, there's something over there. Oh wait, no, that's... Yeah, I already have that. What about down here? Oh, precursor technology. It's very, very easy to get lost in these tunnels. And you really don't want to get lost when you have a limited oxygen supply. This isn't like the twisty bridges where there are oxygen plants that you can use to top yourself up. 48 seconds. Which way's the sea truck? There it is. Whew, right. Yeah. Yeah, that could have been embarrassing. The thing about this area is that not all of the stuff that's available to be found is below the crush depth of the sea truck. Some of it is right here, only 100 metres down. Of course, the problem is that you're in chewing range of the snurglies. Okay, that's the docking module complete. And there's more stuff up here. That should be the last bit of the sleeper module.
New technology created.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's a bit over there that I might need, but there's a snurgly up there as well. Whatever it is, I'm sure I don't need it that badly. So, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff around here that's useful. But it's not the useful stuff that I actually need right now. Still no rubies, no lithium. Heading further southwest, and you'll know when you're there because the water starts to take on first a greenish and then a distinctly blue tint. Again, you can get down to just about short of the sea truck's crush depth.
Warning.
Oops,
Maximum
oops,
depth
up a bit, up a bit.
Hull
And we're going to
damage
have to park it there. And there's all kinds of good stuff just waiting to be scanned. Precursor technology, for one thing. Still no bloody rubies or lithium though. Just check and make sure there's nothing hovering above waiting to take a chunk out of my ample ass. Get this precursor tech scanned. Scan enough precursor tech and the space station will send you a supply drop. But that's not the only thing that's here. There's also the sea truck planter module. Now, I'm not playing in survival mode here in early access, so I don't actually need this, but that's basically a feeding station where you can grow plants on board the sea truck. Because the thing is, the more modules that you add to the sea truck, the heavier and more cumbersome it becomes. And obviously, the bigger it becomes. So at the moment, my sea truck is entirely capable of getting into all kinds of narrow, tight and confined spaces. Another planter module fragment. There's probably going to be a third one around here as well. But the more stuff that I add to the sea truck, the less maneuverable it becomes. Although you can always detach the cabin and leave the rest and then go off exploring in the cabin by itself. But all of this is way, way ahead of me. I mean, at the moment, I actually need to get the resources required to build the extra modules. The whole point of us being here. There's a lot more to this area than just meets the eye. It does extend very far down. If you abandon the sea truck and just go deep using the sea glide, you can find some uranite crystals, which at some point you might need to make uranium fuel rods for a nuclear power reactor, or at least that's what they were used for in the original Subnautica, but they may have additional uses here in Below Zero. Not something that I really need right now, but it's nice to know where I can find it. There's more here. This stuff is just scattered all around the place. Now it's kind of dark and foreboding down here, and you do really need to use the light on the sea glide. And I don't like using the light on the sea glide unless I absolutely have to, because it does tend to attract the snurglies, but they don't seem to come down this deep. Unless there's something else down here
30 seconds.
that kind of lives here, which I've just been lucky enough to not run into yet. Oh, 18, 15 seconds, come on. Oh no, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. It was under control. I was never in any danger. It's all good. You can see why I really badly need this sea truck depth module though. I mean, if I could just take it down to 300 meters, it would seriously extend the length of time that I can spend scavenging and finding good shit. But I can't, and that's why we're out here in the first place. So, I mean, you know, snurglies everywhere. But it's been a good trip so far. But you ain't seen nothing yet.
Warning. Maximum depth reached.
If you head a little
Hull
further
damage
southeast,
imminent.
just, you know, being careful to avoid the snurglies. Uh-oh. When you start seeing these whales and these sort of floating islands, it's actually not too far away from the wrecked ship where you found the stuff that you needed to fix the maintenance rocket. But in this area, this is where I hit pay dirt. And then, for no particular reason, I'm just drifting around, minding my own business, trying to find stuff. I suddenly decided to look down. Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna have it.
Nearing vicinity of Outpost Omega.
Outpost Omega. What? Code 1679. Don't know what it is. Don't know why I didn't know this was here, but hey, I found it now. I'm not going to argue. There's going to be all kinds of good shit in here, I hope. More importantly, oh, there's already something I can scan. What was that? What was that? Oh, bulkhead. Interior bulkheads. Awesome. I'm guessing that that's what I needed the code for. I could really use a first aid kit. But no, the first aid kit dispenser isn't working. We'll scan the vending machine though. And the trash can. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's all stuff that I don't have, but it's not particularly useful stuff, is it? Anything else? Anything in here? Doesn't seem... Oh, wait. Oh, another jukebox disc. Okay, well, we'll check that out when we get home. Nothing in the lockers. No, there was another room around the other side. See if there's anything in there. Doesn't seem to be... Oh, wait, what was that? A marble melon. Yeah. I seem to remember marble melons being probably the best source of food in the original Subnautica. So this is where you find those. Another room down this end. I'm not seeing anything particularly useful in here. Water filtration machine. Okay, this is where you find the schematic for the water filtration machine. Something that will be incredibly handy playing this game in survival mode. But which for now, I don't actually need. Ooh, ooh! What is it? What is it? A control room blueprint. So another base module. And a multi-purpose room, this time with a glass dome. If it would just hold still, so I can scan it. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, apparently I've accumulated enough precursor data that the Vesper has decided to drop me another supply cache, so that's nice. Hopefully they drop it somewhere I can actually find it. But now for the code. I think it was 1679? What's behind the door, Bob? There has to be some good stuff in here, otherwise why lock it behind a door? Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is really triggering me. It says activate, but it won't activate. It's a fabricator, which doesn't have any power. Oh, there we go. One nuclear reactor. So there's an alternative source of power. Seem to be getting stuck on the floor for some reason. Okay, I can't actually use it. It's a shame. Outpost Omega research. I'm sure I'm going to need this for something.
This is Vesper checking in.
I'm at Outpost Omega, rooting through their research.
They haven't stopped complaining since the evac.
I bet. They always thought they were one step away from first contact.
Can you upload the documents you found?
Hold on.
This data would allow an intelligent human to extrapolate my presence in your cerebral cortex. Do not upload it.
Sam, I'm having some trouble with this upload. It might be the caves.
Roger. Send it as soon as you're clear.
Yeah, we have to be a bit sneaky about this. We wouldn't want the Altera Corporation to know that Alan the Space Viking, the alien AI they've been trying to make contact with, the whole reason the Altera Corporation is here in the first place, has taken up residence in my head. I mean, I'm as up for the advancement of human scientific knowledge as much as the next guy, as long as it doesn't involve sticking things into my head to get things out. Well, anyway, in the area around Outpost Omega, there's a lot more up and down than anything else, and if you go down, and we're talking, once again, well below a depth of 300 meters, there are all kinds of useful things to find. Almost passing 300 meters now. There we go. Do need to keep an eye on my oxygen. Even with a rebreather, I'm burning through oxygen at this depth faster than I would be above 150 meters. But it is totally going to be worth it, because down here at a depth of around about 350 meters, I find my first ruby. And I can't remember precisely what I need rubies for. They're either a component of the depth module for the sea truck, or they're a component of the fabricator module for the sea truck that builds the depth module for the sea truck. But either way, I need rubies. This place really is a treasure trove of valuable resources. Aside from the rubies, you've also got silver, you've got gold. And if you look further down, I mean, way further down, we're probably talking at a depth of 500 to 600 meters. I don't even know what that is. But there's guaranteed to be some good stuff down there. And the rubies, gold and silver aren't all of it. There's nickel down here too. I've never seen this before. I mean, not in below zero. I have obviously in the original Subnautica, but in the original Subnautica you had to go down to about 500 meters before you started finding nickel. There's just rubies everywhere. I have to admit, it was kind of at this point where my sense of adventure really started to get the better of me and overrode my natural sense of caution, or as most people like to call it, cowardice. Because I was so just, well, I mean, look at this stuff. Now I can make hydrochloric acid. Fantastic. Why do I need... I don't know. Shit. I'm over 300 meters down and I only have 35 seconds of air left. Oh no. Yeah, that's alright. Outpost Omega's at this depth. I just can't remember where Outpost Omega is. Well, that's alright. I only have to go up another 100 meters and I'll be at the depth of the sea truck. But there appear to be several hundred meters of rock between me and the sea truck. Somehow I've managed to completely circumnavigate this underwater mountain and put it between me and any hope of survival. So with 6 seconds to go and I'm still well over 100 meters down, this pretty much means that I'm gonna die. Now thankfully it has been a long time since I died in Subnautica, and I couldn't really remember exactly what it was that happened. I know you respawn, but where? Hang on a minute. You died and lost some belongings. That's not good. As long as I didn't lose the rubies, I'm actually okay with this, because I'm going to respawn back at my base, and I really want to be back there anyway. Yeah, here we are. Jukebox is a bit loud. Let's turn it down. And while we're here, let's listen to the other disc that I found, which, ironically enough, is called Die Peacefully. Alright. So... yeah, alright, I died, but I'm back at the base. There's all kinds of new things that I can make. Benzene. Stuff that I can't pronounce. Reactor rods for the nuclear reactor, although I'm quite happy with the bioreactor at the moment. So, it's all good, yeah? Well, no, it's not all good. Because of that whole you died and lost some belongings thing. So imagine my joy when I opened my inventory to check and found out that the only two things that I'd actually lost were the rubies and the nickel. The only two things that I couldn't actually replace. Well, shit. And remember, because when I died I respawned back at my base, that means my sea truck is still floating 150 meters down above Outpost Omega. And unless I just want to build another one, I'm going to have to swim back the old-fashioned way to reclaim it. Through all of those snurglies. Shit! I suppose all of this just goes to further reinforce the point that I made in last week's episode. If you don't have a sense of humour, you shouldn't be playing Subnautica. Take care, folks. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time.